So I'm getting 71.5 millimeter opening. Throttle body itself, 65 millimeter. So we know we need a bigger throttle body. So how can we make this work? Okay, so I've been doing some thinking about this intake. And the more research that I do, adding a much bigger intake, you might add 20 horsepower, but it's going to be at higher RPM than I want to turn. So basically a bigger intake, you're just pushing your horsepower higher in the RPM range. I really don't want this engine to turn any more than 6,000 RPMs. This is going to be a street machine. We might take it down the strip a couple times, but we got to get a new transmission first. So what I'm thinking about doing is boring this hole 75 millimeters. I can't go back very far, maybe back half of an inch, and then taking my die grinder and blending the new bored hole into what's existing. So this will give me more of a taper for the airflow to speed up as it's entering the intake. I don't know how much difference that's going to make, if any, but I do know that this is a 65 millimeter throttle body. This is a 72 millimeter opening. So there's definitely room for improvement there regardless. Let me know what you guys think about this plan. And right now I have a antifreeze leak around the water pump. So I'm going to have to pull the water pump off and put new gaskets on there. We'll see where this journey takes us. It might be interesting and it might suck. If I measure this throttle body correctly, this is a 65 millimeter throttle body. There's 10 millimeters worth of material that I can bore out of this thing. So I'm going to attempt to bore this guy out to a 75 millimeter throttle body. I mean, why not? We've got the machine tools here to do it. I'm going to mount this intake to a milling machine here. I'm going to bore this hole 75 millimeters. I'll go in, I don't know, whatever makes sense, maybe a half inch or so, and then I'll take my die grinder with a carbide burr and I'll blend it all in and then take off whatever other material I can reach in there just to port it out just a little bit. And I'm going to mount the throttle body on the milling machine. And I'm going to bore it out as close to 75 millimeters as I can get. I'm just going to make it as big as I can make it without making it so thin that, you know, it won't stand up under its own weight or whatever. So this will be a good video series coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'll also have to make a new throttle plate, 75 millimeter or whatever size I end up here. I'll just go as big as whatever makes sense, 73 millimeter. All right guys, I hope you'll follow along. Thanks for watching.